Hey y'all, it's Tracy with Mama's Comfort Cooking, and today I come to show you how we're going to make some Italian meatballs, okay? And once we make them and get them in the oven, what we're going to do is also add a cream sauce to it. It's going to be good over some rice, all right? So let's get started making these. These are the ingredients that I have. I did use a combination of seasonings, okay? You can pick the seasonings that you like, but I do have minced onions in here. I have Italian seasoning in here, garlic seasoning in here, Mrs. Dash everything but salt, Mrs. Dash table blend, all purpose. So I have a combination of seasonings that are in here. You pick the seasonings that work best for your taste palette. Let's get started on this, shall we? Let me turn you down so you can see what I'm about to do. You're going to need 2 eggs, and I have a cup of flour. So here I have my cup of flour. Here I have my 2 eggs. Okay, this is for another video. This is something I'm drinking. Is that all right? So now let us start making our Italian meatballs. Y'all know my go-to is Dale seasoning. So we're going to start with a little Dale seasoning. And I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons. Okay, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to start mixing. This is Italian sausage, and this is ground beef. I'm going to mix these 2 together. Let's mix them together. Okay, I'm going to turn my cast iron skillet on because I'm going to brown these as I make them into a circle. I'm going to brown them, and then we're going to get them in the oven, and you'll see the outcome. So once I work these 2 meats together, which is Italian sausage and the ground beef, now I'm going to add all these seasonings in here. Okay? Because you want it to be plentiful and full of flavor. And most of my seasonings are no salt. No salt seasonings. That's why I use Mrs. Dash, just to be safe. I'm going to work this through and through. There's really no need for a bunch of salt. And there's no need for a bunch of pepper. If you want it, that's up to you. So we're going to work all this together. Next, I'm going to bust my 2 eggs in here, okay? I'm going to put my 2 eggs in. And I know some people say, oh, bust your eggs in a bowl. Honey, I just bought these eggs. They better be good. Okay, let's keep working it. It's almost like you're making a meatloaf. It's almost like you're making a meatloaf, okay? We're just changing the flavors on it. We're going to work it through. And we're going to add flour. And we're going to roll them into balls. And get ready and brown them in the skillet. A cast iron skillet. You want to brown them real good. And then put them in the oven. Don't rush it. Don't rush the process because you want to get that egg worked up in there really good. Egg is a binder, but it is not enough for these meatballs to stay conformed like I want them. So that's why I'm using some flour. Now I have a cup of flour, but I'm not going to use a whole cup. I always keep a cup because I never know if I need more. But I am going to use half a cup of flour. And you can tell when you have the egg worked up real good because the egg will be slimy if it's not worked in there really good, okay? Now let's add the flour. Well, I said, well, still, that'll be all right. Let's work that in slowly. All right. You want to have it a little extra flour when you get ready to start doing your meatballs. Plus, I'm going to use a little breadcrumbs. Okay. If you don't like breadcrumbs, you don't have to use them. It'll be fine. You can actually have enough flour and just roll it with the flour, and that'll be fine. And all I'm going to do is brown these and then put them in the container next to me. Then we're going to go and put them in the oven. So next we're going to, I'm going to demonstrate what I'm talking about. I'm going to take a little flour in this hand, okay? And all you have to do is take it, roll it. That's if you don't want breadcrumbs. And you can make your ball, okay? That's how we're going to do those. We're going to roll them, and we're going to drop them in the skillet. But before I do that, I got to pause for a second, a quick commercial, because I've got to wash my hands. So I added some Italian breadcrumbs, and I've already started rolling some of them, just to give you an idea of what you got to do, okay? Make these the size you want them. There's no wrong or right size. Is that all right? So once you get through rolling them the way you want them, and they begin to brown like you want them to, then we're going to put them in the oven on 350. Let me get you closer in to see what I'm doing to the meatballs. All right. So once I brown them all the way around, I am going to place them in my blue bowl right here and put them in the oven. This is pretty much what we're going to do. And when I come back, you'll see the outcome of some delicious Italian homemade meatballs. Remember, you control what you put in your food. So you don't have to buy anything that's already been made, frozen, and processed. Make them yourself. Is that all right? So when we come back, you're going to see the outcome of some delicious meatballs. I'll see y'all in a little bit. I have some beef broth that I am going to use, and I'm making the sauce that is going to go into my on top of my meatballs. Okay, I'm making it. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all don't understand. I'm making almost like a cheesy gravy, because the broth is gonna aid it a little bit and darken it a little bit. When you're making sauces or anything, you don't want to be in a hurry. And especially if you got to take it to a church event. Y'all seeing pretty good? And if you all don't mind going to Instagram and YouTube, and if y'all don't mind sharing my videos, I would greatly appreciate it. Now see, I'm a little different now, and this is very good, but I would have added like golden mushroom soup over mine. But I'm making it the way his mom taught me. I honor the way she taught me, and I respect it. And he loves it. And who does not want to get a taste of and put you in the mind of what you grew up, how your mama did something? Honey, set the captive free. And it's just like if you don't go and you just, God has ordained you to become a preacher. I don't have to go to culinary school. I don't have to. That's their palate. They can't tell me what I taste. That's why I like MasterChef. They use home cooks. And they teach them some stuff. But at the same time, they get impressed by them. And the more they're able to do stuff, the longer they stay. Now that's ready. Alright, so what we're going to do is take the cream sauce that we just made. We're going to take this cream sauce and we're going to pour it over these meatballs. Can you see how smooth it is? Y'all need to try this, okay? So let me slide it over so you can see really good. We're going to take the cream sauce and pour it over the meatball. Just like that. Look at all that goodness. And y'all know what I say, in the land of the living. It is. So let me get a spoon. Get the remainder of everything out. Sorry for the noise. I know some of y'all say you can't stand me to scrape anything. Okay. Okay. And when I get through with all my cast iron, I clean them and I season them. You can season them a lot of ways. Now mine are so broken in that I'll just take some canola oil and rub them down real good. And then there's times that I take it and put it in the oven for 30 minutes once I spray it. Alright. Don't those look good? honey. This is the way my mother-in-law showed me. You may have a more excellent way of doing something, but is change always necessary? I know it's inevitable at times, but is it always necessary? Some change we can't do anything about. But is it always necessary? Let's get those in the oven. And then I think I'm going to put me on some field peas. Y'all taking a good look before I put it in the oven? You said lift it up higher. Oh my goodness, here you go. Here's the outcome of the meatballs. I let them sit out a little bit so I could pick them up, get a close up on that. Honey, ain't nothing but to fix a plate. That's what we need to do. I need to fix a plate and so that we can eat some of this goodness. Is that all right? All right. So what I cooked with that was some rice. I got some field peas. I got some good old okra in the skillet. Honey. Nothing like some good fried okra. Let them keep doing what they're going to do. And lastly, I'm going to put you some meatballs. 1 or 2 will do you. Oh, 3 or 4. No more. And just add a little of that gravy on that rice. There you have it. That's a good plate right there. Honey, get into it. To God be the glory for the things He has done. And this is good. Honey, may He bless it and He stretch it. Don't that look good? Thank y'all so much for watching Mama's Comfort Cooking. I love y'all. Yes, I do. And don't be afraid to try something old and don't change the recipe, okay? This is an old recipe. and I stuck to it. So don't be afraid to try something that is made from the original recipe that somebody gave you. This is my husband's favorite, and today I honor him with a dish that his mom cooked for him. Just the way she cooked it. Doesn't that look good? Thank y'all for watching Mama's Comfort Cooking, where we cook with the heart and soul in mind. So enjoy your life, enjoy your family, and enjoy your food. Honey, honey, those meatballs are truth. Get in there. Yeah, get in there. One more time for the road. Those are some delicious meatballs. I love you. Yes, I do.